Hello everyone. In this video I will review the new addition to the Bezier Utilities toolkit, namely the Flexi Edit Bezier tool. With this tool you can edit a Bezier curve by grabbing any point on the curve or manipulate the handles and the segment endpoints or add or delete points from the curve. But before we get started, I just want to mention a couple of points. Firstly, the color scheme and the shortcuts and even features that we will be seeing in this video might change over a period of time as the tool evolves. I'll try and update the documentation on GitHub as frequently as possible. So for the latest updates, please see the GitHub documentation. Secondly, I have tried to test the tool under as many test conditions as possible, but you may still come across defects once in a while. If you do, please report them. You can just leave a comment here and it would help if you are as precise as possible with the bug report. And here is a quick description of the terms used in this video. The curves that we add through add object tool or that result from converting a text or the ones that we create using Flexi Bezier draw tool are individual curve objects. So here we have 3 curve objects. The disconnected parts within the curve objects are splines. A spline consists of one or more segments. Each segment has one Bezier point and 2 handles at each of its 2 ends, and the handle types are auto, aligned, free and vector. And each handle type has a distinct color of its own. I have tried to stick to this default color scheme of Blender as much as possible in Flexi Edit Bezier tool also. In Blender, if you move a handle of type auto or aligned, then the opposite handle of the same node will also get adjusted so that there are no sharp corners created at the node we are editing. The type of auto handle gets changed to aligned automatically when it's modified. As against that, we can move the free handles independent of the opposite handle at the same node so that we can have sharp corners or cusps at the point being edited. The vector type of handles make the associated segment a straight line segment, and if we move it, its type gets changed to free and the segment becomes curved. So let's get started. To install the add-on, just download the file given in video description. Go to Edit Preferences, Install, and go to the folder where you have downloaded the file. Double click that file. And in this search box, just type Bezier. You should see this Bezier Utilities option here. Just click that option and close the window. After you have installed the add-on, there will be a new panel under Active Tool and Workspace Settings area. There are a set of tools that are included in this add-on which are accessible through this panel, but we won't be going through these tools right now. We'll be focusing mainly on this Flexi Edit Bezier tool. I've already covered in one of the earlier videos an overview of Flexi Draw Bezier, which allows you to draw Bezier curves directly in the 3D viewport. We'll be briefly referring to this tool as well, but the main focus is Flexi Edit Bezier. When you select this tool and if you move the mouse cursor, the Bezier segments under the mouse cursor will be highlighted. Let me just add one circle and let's draw another curve. So if I move the mouse cursor now, the individual segments that are present on the viewport will get highlighted. And when I click on one of these segments, the corresponding spline will be marked in blue and the endpoint handles of the segment I clicked will become visible. I can drag any point on the curve to edit it, and I can do that in 3D space. I can also manipulate the handles as well as the endpoints. While moving the cursor, the point in the vicinity of the mouse cursor will get highlighted, indicating that the mouse drag will happen on that particular point. I need not select a segment before starting to edit it. I can simply drag any point on the curve. The two tools, Flexi Draw Bezier and Flexi Edit Bezier, complement each other. So if I drag a point on a straight segment created with Flexi Draw Bezier tool, it will result in a nice smooth curve. And there is also a shortcut available to switch between Edit and Draw Bezier tools. I can simply press E and start drawing a curve. and again pressing E, I can edit these curves that I created with Flexi Bezier. As far as manipulating handles is concerned, we have two handle points and one end point at the two extremes of each segment. All these points are marked in yellow. The end point has a slightly brighter shade, and whenever any point comes within the sphere of influence of the dragging operation, it will be highlighted with bright green color. And if I click it, the selected point will have a darker shade of green. If you are working with a curve that has some depth value, then it may be difficult to see this highlighted segment. In that case, I would recommend that you switch to wireframe view and deselect all the curves so that the guiding segments are visible. This is also applicable for 2D curves. For example, the curves that we create from text. Here also it may be slightly difficult to see the guiding segments with solid shading. So maybe here also you can try switching to wireframe view. Now let's quickly look at the other part, adding and deleting nodes. To add a node, I need to hold down the control key and click the mouse button at the desired location, and there will be a new Bezier point created, which again I can manipulate as needed. If I hold down Ctrl and Shift simultaneously while clicking the mouse button, the Bezier point that I created has aligned handles. And if I hold down Alt and Ctrl while clicking the mouse button, then the created points have vector type handles. So this way I can quickly create a straight subsegment within an existing Bezier segment. Finally, to delete a Bezier point, I can simply select it and hit delete button, and the point will be deleted and the next point will be highlighted, and the points will get deleted in succession. And if there are no more points within the spline, the point from the next spline will be selected. And if there is just one point left in the curve, it is anyway not editable. If you select a handle point and then press delete, the corresponding handle will get aligned with the other point of the segment. That's it about this tool. If you have any suggestions or feedback, please leave a comment on this video. Thank you very much.